Hey guys, this is Chodaro. I haven't done a tutorial in so long, so I apologize to all of my super fans for being absent for quite a bit. This is a, I think, new design. I pulled it off my loom the other day and I was quite proud of it. I call it the Heart of Freedom, and it's really easy. It's created on a 5-pin bar setup. This one here is only done on one loom. So I'm going to try to do maybe a loom and a half, and I think it will be sufficient enough to wrap around our wrist. So there's 3 colors that I used. If you want to follow the color scheme as far as which colors are what on the loom, you might want to pay attention to that. And this is the back side. It's not that appealing, not to me, but I guess it could be reversed. So you want to use, if you want to use the same blank that I did, we're going to use a really large hole bead in the center. So what I'm going to use today are going to be 2 different ones because I don't have enough of one of these rhinestone ones here. But they're just a rhinestone round hole bead. You can find at most craft stores or even on Amazon or online. But our biggest want is to make sure that it is large enough to get 2 bands and a hook through, or if you have a little bit of a smaller hole, that is fine as long as you have a crochet hook or a way we need to get 2 bands through it. Okay, so these are 2 other renditions that I've done. This is the first one, which I'm not too crazy about. I even broke a band there, but in my opinion, I like how it looks having the same color on the border. So that one on the right here, I'm using the same color for everything except the center bands are another color. And this one, using the glitter gold, it's a little bit thinner. The bands kind of stick out more. This one using the thicker silicone bands. I think this is the Sweets White. I can't remember, but they're all rainbow loom bands. It seemed to give it a little bit more strength, and it thickens up on the board. Alright, so if you want to do the same color scheme that I have here as far as band placement, not the same colors, but the way that I have them placed, this is the time you're going to want to kind of pay attention to see what band is what. So the first thing we want to do is we want to put that one band for our close-up right there in the center, and I'm going to put a black cylindric because that's what color my center is going to be. So we lay that one there, and then the next band, the one that is going to go down like this, that is going to be this pink color. Okay, so whatever color you want to use, if you want to highlight that, we're going to put that one next. So I'm actually going to use the Pink Sweets again. So we're just going to place a band going down, and then place another band going down like that. And the next band that we're going to place is going to be the border. So I'm going to change up colors. For this one I have the white. For this one I'm going to do now, I'm going to use the silicone silver. Okay, so again, this band that's going this way is going to highlight, if you want to make that highlight color going up the center, and then the bands that are going out is going to be the border. So the next bands that we're going to lay are going to be this blue color in here. So again, if you want to change up your colors, this would be the time to do it. So for that, I'm going to use the black. So I'm just going to place a band going, this is the time we want to add our bling. So all you want to do is just take your band and take your large hole bling. So you want to pinch it, and you can just thread it through yourself because the hole is so big like that. Okay, so we want to place that band down first. Alright, so then we want to continue with that color. So then we're going to go out and out. So whatever color you want in the center, again, this is the only time you're going to place the center colors is when you're doing a V and straight forward. Okay, so next we're going to start over this pattern here. So we want to take our pink band And we want to take that going straight forward. And the same on this side here. And then, only then, the last step is when we take this band and go out to the ends like that. So you always want to make sure your middle bands are on first, and then you want to make sure that your side bands are going out. Okay, so whenever we're finished with that, that's whenever we're going to add our bling band going forward. So we just take it like that and go forward. And then our next color is always going to be whatever color you have your bling band. So then we take our bands and do that V shape, and that's going to go out like that. And now we start over the pattern, which means your pink bands are going to come down and down, and then we end with our border color, which is going to go out and out. So again, we start with the band going forward, and then we want to take that same color and we want to do a V, and then we want to take our pink and we want to go up to that beginning of the bling band there, like that. And then we want to take our border color and go out and out like that. Okay, I'll do two more with you. So again, we do our bling band and take that going forward. Take the same color and do our V going out, out, and then we go back to our pink and make that diamond, and then we end with our border out and out. Make sure all of your bands are pressed down. Make sure your bling is in the middle there. So I'll do one more with you. So again, we take our band and go straight forward with our bling. Same color band, we do our V, going out and up. Go back to our highlight color, which mine is pink, and take it from the center down, and then again end with our border color going out and out. Okay, so that is what your loom should look like. And as I mentioned, I'm going to try and do a loom and a half. I think that would work. So right here is the end of our first loom, and then I counted up 6 pegs. So at the end of the first loom, starting the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's where we're going to end. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up, and then I will meet you at the end, and we'll start placing our last one. All right, so I'm at the end here. Unfortunately, I do not have enough beads to go the whole way up into that peg I told you to go up to, so I have to end mine a little bit short. So it's the same for ending it. So we just put our beaded band going forward, and then we do our V, V, take our pink bands, go back in, oops, like that, and then again we just end it by going out. So there's nothing special to do at the end there. So again, 1, 2, I'm 3 pins short, but I think we'll be okay. So being a super easy design, we go back down to the center, or down to the beginning, and then the only thing we do for the last step is we take, and like I said, in my opinion, to make a thicker looking border, I'm going to use the same color for this step, but we're only going to do triangles. So you want your triangle to start out, and you want it to go where it's straight on this end here. So it starts out on this first right end peg, going up to the one above it, and then over to the left, like that. So again, you want to go straight and then over. So you're always going to have that diagonal one in that center, and then the outside is always going to be going straight up. That's it. That's all we're doing, all the way up. Okay, and then we're going to come over and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So again, I start on my end peg and go up one and then over to the right. So that way this straight pin is all, or the straight part of the band is always on the outside. Like that. Not too difficult. So let's go ahead and finish placing all of our triangle bands, and we can start looming. All right, so we're done placing all of our bands. Triangle band does go all the way up into the end here. And so the last step we need to do is just to add a cap band, which I'm going to do in my center color, which is the black cylindric. And I'm just going to do a regular cap band where you twist it, wrap it around your hook like that, and place it on that center peg. That's all we're going to need. So this is a little bit tricky as far as looming in the center. We've done it in the past, but we need to loom through our beaded band when we do pull our bands going forward. So this hook, the rainbow loom hook, does fit through it. If it doesn't, then you'll need a smaller hook to do so. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go through this center cap band, and we're going to take this pink band on top and take it back to itself over to the left, and do the same on the right, the center pink band over back to itself like this. Okay, so the next step that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take this center band forward. So I'm going to try to demonstrate it. I am left-handed. I'm going to try to do it so you guys can see, but basically there's a couple ways you can do it. One, you could go through the bead like this and go over under the cap band and try to grab the other end, which can be a little bit tricky, plus it could break a band, but just be careful. If you do that, it's going back through your bead, and then we're just going to hook it back up. So by doing that, what we're trying to achieve here is we don't want any bands to be on the outside of our bead, because even though this may be a one-sided bracelet, if you like the other side, you can push your bling through and it can be seen on both sides. So we just want to make sure we're going through our bead. So after you do that center one, then you're going to want to come over here to the left, and we're going to do our triangle band, and it's simply back to itself. So just go underneath that one pink band, grab that top silver one, which is the triangle, take it back to the left and up like that. Go over to this side, we're going to do the same thing. Take the triangle band and take it all the way back over itself like that. Okay, and then we're going to go into this end peg, and we're going to grab the band that's going straight across, and we're going to take it over to the right like that. And same on this side, so it's the bottom band, and it comes back over to the right. And then once we do that, the last band on our peg is the black band that's going up to the center. So we want to go down, grab that last band, take it back to the center, and do the same on this side over here. So that's how everything will be caught in order for it to stay together. So that's it. So then we just start over and do the same thing. So we go into the center, and we want to grab the top band, which is in my case this pink. Take it over back to itself. Grab the next one. I didn't grab it in the correct order. I didn't think I did. So let me take these back. Twisting it makes it go back in order. All right, so my one should be to the left. Should be on top. There we go. And the next one going to the right. So then again, we're going to go through, you can go through your bead, or you can hold your bead up and you can make sure you go underneath and grab the band that has the bead on it. You can do it like this, or you can hold that bead with your fingers and then take your hook through and grab it like that too, and place it back to itself, making sure that your bead's in the center there. Okay, so once you have your band going forward, we're going to come over to this left and do our triangle band, which is over and up. Go over to the right and do our triangle band, which is back to itself, so it's over and up. After we do that, then we want to come all the way down and grab the band that's going straight across and bring it over to the right. It's the last band going across, bring it back to itself that way. And then of course, to make sure everything stays together, we grab this band and bring it forward and forward. And that's it. It's not too hard. Pretty easy. All right, so again, we go in the center and we want to grab the two bands that are coming out. So you're just going underneath those black bands, pull it back to itself, back to itself. I'm going to do what I did the last time. I'm just going to pull that center band up, hold it with my finger, and then take my hook, put it through the bead, and then grab that band out of my finger, pull it back through the bead, and close it up right there. After we do that, we want to do our triangle bands. So band on top, over and up. It's the band on top, so it's over and up. And then we want to grab the bottom band that's going over, back to itself. And then the bottom band, over, back to itself. And then closing everything up by taking that bottom band on that second pin to the center, doing the same on this side. That's it. So yeah, we're gonna have to be straightening out some bands, I guess, depending on what type of band that you used. So I'll do two more with you and then we'll work on our own. So we take from the center back out to the right, from the center back out or left and then right. And then we want to do our band going straight forward. So I'm just going to pull it up off that peg, hold it with my fingers, take my loom hook through the bead, and then grab the one end, pull it back through that bead and place it where it's straight forward. Now we do our triangle band, so we come over and up, triangle band, over and up, and then we want to come and do our horizontal bands. So we want to go in, and then close it all up by grabbing this bottom band, taking it back to the center, like that. Okay, so I'll do one more. So we're going in the center peg, taking it back to itself, back to itself, pulling out the center band. I'm going to hold it up, put my hook through the bead, grab that band, and place it back to itself. Then we do our triangle bands, like that. Take that horizontal band to the center, in, and then close it all up by taking these bands and take to the center peg. Alrighty, that's what your loom should be looking like. Okay, so let's finish that all the way up and I'll meet you back at the end of our loom for close up. Alright, so to finish up, we go ahead and back down into that center band here, or center peg, and take it out to the left, out to the right, and then we grab that beaded band, take it out, hold it with our hand, put our hook through our bead, grab that band, pull it forward. Then we take our triangle bands, do the same, like that. Going out, over, and then we take our bands that are going in and in to those pegs there. And then for the end here, so we already took this one forward, so the only thing that we are actually going to do is we're going to take this band here on the end, pull it back to itself, and then we're going to take that pink band which lies on the bottom, take that out and pull it to that center peg. So then on this side, bottom band up and in, and then that pink band which is on the bottom, that will come in like that. So then everything should end on that peg there, and just for the time being, I am going to just add a band for close up until I can grab a C-clip. So I'm going to take my hook, go through all of those bands, attach this band to the end of my hook, pull it up and through that peg, making sure all of the bands are caught, and do a slip knot like that. Okay, so now we can pull it off of our loom. So that's the easy part. So we just want to take our hook and take the outside pegs up and over. Once we do that, then again we just want to go into that next pin bar and take those up and over. Definitely don't want to pull it off of your loom. Then come over and up this side. And it's kind of okay if you see that pink band stretching, because that's the pink band that's going to wrap like a little heart. So you're going to have to pull them out anyhow. And it just fell apart because I didn't do something correctly. So I'm just going to take all of these bands, I'm just going to put them on my hook. That's super disappointing. I'm just going to pull a single band through them all, and hopefully I've caught them, at least so I can finish up the tutorial. So let me come out and do this side. So I'm basically taking them all off except the center row. I hope I did this side correctly. Hopefully it was just that side. Alright, so I'm not going to pull this off because I don't know what I did wrong there except the one. So then you can kind of, yep, something went wrong up there. So we can go ahead and pull it off our loom. Alright, so As you can see, I did something wrong, which means I probably didn't loom. Looks like I didn't grab the last band up there. So that sucks, but oh well. All right, so once you take it off your loom, we're just straightening out bands. So I guess I was right on my theory as far as what type of bands to use on the outside, depending on what type of look that you want. So because I didn't use the bands, the thick silicone bands, you can tell the border isn't as thick, but it still came out pretty. So you're just going to want to straighten them out. And to me, it looks like a heart. So you would definitely want to pull out those top. So there's 2 pink bands in there. You just want to pull on the one that you see up top. Make sure they're straightened out. Excuse me. And then it makes that pretty little heart shape. And then just straighten out your bling. So the outside I'm definitely going to have to do some work on. But yeah, I would definitely recommend using a thicker band on the outside. Definitely looks prettier, I think, my opinion, when it thickens out. So there we have it, the Heart of Freedom bracelet. So after we fix up all our bands, make sure they're all even. So you see this band here that's sticking out? If you turn on its side, you can even them all out. And that way one's not hanging out longer than the other. Like that one's short. So you can just even all of those out. So yeah, there we have it, the Heart of Freedom. And like I said, I'm not too crazy about this side. I think this is a one-sided bracelet, but it did come out pretty. And there's the other rendition. So almost a loom and a half. So I think if you did up 6 pin bars past a loom, you'll be in good shape to close it up. All right, there we go. Make sure you hashtag your renditions on Instagram and Facebook so I can see them. Always loving to see your original bling ideas when it comes to my designs. And I super appreciate you watching and staying loyal. So I think I'm going to have some more designs coming out here shortly, so stay tuned. Thanks guys. Bye-bye.